Welcome back, this is Strat, and this is episode 7 of my Zombies weapon ranking. In this series, we rank weapons based on multiple factors to help determine their scores. And since these guns are ranked by their individual performances, they will only be assisted by my knife and grenades. Today's gun is likely the most forgotten wall weapon in World at War. However, after you see it in action, hopefully this will no longer be the case. The weapon in question is the Type 100. The Type 100 is a fully automatic SMG, most recognized by the side mag it is often held by. This gun has nearly identical stats to the other fully automatic wall weapons with the exception of the Thompson, with the same base damage and headshot multiplier. It has a 30 round magazine which is similar to the STG and a fire rate that mimics the Thompson. I would say that this is a good balance between mag size and DPS, as you'll find shooting your way out of a situation more plausible. In means of the location of this weapon, I'd say it's the most interesting and the best one by far. Because of how World at War spawns zombies, the entire area past double tap to the teleporter is considered inactive unless you walk past a certain line or the debris is cleared. This makes the Type 100 always safe for purchasing ammo and usually quite good for escapes as well. Even if you aren't fast enough to run in and run out, the teleporter allows for both a getaway and a fresh start. The zombies will drop down if you wait in the spawn area long enough, which allows for an unhampered return to double tap and the pseudo camping spot. And when it comes to just the gun, the Type 100 ends up having just enough utility to be worth picking up over the other automatic weapons in certain situations. Some reasons for this could be that you don't ever want to open the door to the Thompson room, you don't like where the MP40 is located, you don't want to deal with the loss of mobility that comes with the STG, and you don't want to deal with the extra price tag that comes with the FG42. All of these points are understandable, and I think it makes the Type 100 the second best automatic wall weapon behind the Thompson, at least when unpack-a-punched. This is good and all, but the real benefits of this weapon come after you pack-a-punch it, and it is beautiful. When packed, the Type 100 becomes the 1001 Samurais with 60 bullets per mag. My reasoning for that extra Samurai is because it has an extra 100 damage per headshot compared to the other wall weapon SMGs. The extra 100 isn't much by itself, but the Samurai has 280 total bullets. This is more than the Afterburner and only 10 less than the Gibs-o-matic. This gives the Samurai the highest total damage per mag and the highest total damage of all the wall weapons at 300,000 plus. The fire rate also goes up just like the Gibbs, so it ends up with a crazy amount of DPS. I got trapped not once but twice by an entire horde and was able to punch through. An already fast gun like this with double tap is a minigun in SMG form. When paired with the pseudo camping spot, you can get all the zombies spawned in, then walk into the teleporter room to have the whole horde lined up to spray. The result is a lot of collateral headshots, 3,000 plus points for only 60 bullets, a reload before or after the killing, and a teleport escape to reset and do it all over again. You make points so efficiently with this strategy that you can pay for the ammo, the teleporter, and still have quite a bit left over to stockpile in case something goes wrong. There is no reliance on any power-ups or luck to function perfectly, though having carpenters is nice to save time. The only thing to look out for after you teleport is to keep track of how long you wait so you aren't jump scared by any lingering threats on the way back up. This is directly tied to the terrible AI of World of War zombies, as they have trouble dropping down from the catwalk when they're in hordes like this. So if you jump the gun and decide to go back up early, these failed jumpers will be waiting to ruin your day. The Samurai can easily clean up any stragglers without any issue, but the problem is getting caught on the staircase. If you've ever played the original Der Riese, you know that staircase has terrible collision, and it's made even worse when zombies try to push you into it. The difference in elevation plus the zombie pushing inside of you can make it very difficult to hit them and makes it possible for one zombie to down you. This is just more encouragement to wait those extra couple seconds just to make sure everything is clear. Oh, and I haven't mentioned them at all by this point, but dogs get absolutely annihilated by this thing's fire rate, so they aren't worth talking about. That marks all there is to say about the 1001 Samurais, so let's go ahead and get to scoring both weapons. The first category is the same as always. It's a weapon's peak performance, or the last round a gun's purpose is still viable. The base Type 100 has the same issue every other fully automatic wall weapon has, and that's mid-round dog spawns. Because of this, I'm going to put it at round 15 just like those, because it can't deal with dogs very easily after the third phase. The problems begin with the 1001 Samurais, as due to the extra damage it does, it's placed just a little bit higher than the Gibs-o-matic. If we take into account this weapon's total damage, as well as safety and getting extra ammo and more points, I would say it deserves at least round 32. In all honesty, I could probably give the Samurai an even higher rank than this, but the problem is that there's other guns that fulfill its role better than it does. To give the most important example of this, we have the PPSH, which has more total ammunition per magazine and overall, as well as more total damage, and it's just as good, if not better, at mowing down zombies. The next category up is a weapon's ease of use, or how difficult it is to use a weapon effectively across multiple strategies. I've been looking forward to this part, as the Type 100 and the 1001 Samurais are some of the easiest guns to use in the entire game, if not the easiest. Now, some people might bring up that box weapons are stronger or more effective against zombies, and you would be right on that front. However, I also include ammo consumption and the ability to get more ammo that only wall weapons can do. While the PPSH may have more ammo and total damage, if you use all your bullets, you aren't going to be able to do any more damage. That's never going to be a problem with a gun like the Samurai. If ammo isn't purchasable, that makes every single bullet that much more valuable, which means you need to hit your shots more often. I'm saying all this so that when I give the Type 100 an ease of use score of 10 out of 10, it makes more sense and I can feel validated. At the end of the day, the Type 100 is an SMG with great handling and mobility and can be used at any range and have ammo purchased at any time very easily and without much worry. The next category up is the weapon comparison, in which we take two wall guns and see which one is superior in most situations. We already did this one, and we saw that the Thompson was indeed better than the Type 100, and yes, I was accounting that it does cost a little bit more. If you want to see the reasons why, you can watch my last video that I have in the description about the Thompson. Long story short, the Thompson came out at a 6 out of 10, which means that the Type 100 would be getting a 4 out of 10 in the weapon comparison category. The last category to consider is going to be the weapon's ability to save you when you are trapped by one or more zombies. I think the clips I showed earlier, as well as the stats of this weapon, show why this is a 10 out of 10 for saving you. Of course, once you get to higher rounds, this won't be as viable, but at that point you'll be using different weapons anyway. Following that, we can see the total score for the Type 100 and the Samurai, that being 71 points. There are no point deductions to speak of, however there is a weapon perk I want to give this gun. I've repeated it so many times during this video I really do sound like a broken record, but it's clearly very easy to get ammo for it, as well as it allows you to bunch up zombies and take them all down in one swift move. However, I do recognize that this perk is not quite on the level of the Thompson, as that can be used for the entirety of the game. So, to make things simple, I'll simply give it a 5-point bonus instead of 10, which has the gun end off at 76 points. The Type 100 ends up being a runner-up to the Thompson by a singular point. However, I do think that the Thompson deserves the top spot for now, as it has just a little bit more viability. But while the Type 100 may not be at the top of the list, this should make it less forgotten and people may start to use it now a little bit more. I mean, probably not, because not that people are actually going to watch this video, but at least for the ones that have, maybe you will see it in a different light. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Strat, and I'll see you on my next episode of my Zombies weapon ranking. Ciao!